and you are with me for another issue of Coffee Talk. 467 live stream, 7 p.m. Central Time, give or take. Monday, July the 7th, 2025. And I am having a cup of Nescafe coffee, a coffee stick, water, very hot, and a couple of Carnation instant creamers. Life is good. Isn't it, KP Heathen, my friend? How are you doing, sir? I have been doing yard work. I've been cooking. And I prepped up another video. Got it edited, got it prepped up, did the description, did the shout outs. I have it on private. I'm ready to release it. I thought I'd let my last video, which I released a day ago, get a few more views before I released it, because usually you release a new video, it's the kiss of death for the one that you just released or the previous one. So I thought I would go ahead and wait until I get a few more views on that one. 8 Nig. Hello, Nig. How are you doing? Welcome. And Susanna Morrison, proud single mother. Thank you. Please leave a like, and I appreciate the like, Susanna. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. Enrique Trevino, how are you doing, my friend? Somebody asked me about hurricanes, and I was looking to see, do we have anything on the Gulf Coast, anything down south of me that might be coming up? Enrique, you're a little further south than I am. Anything in the weather news about a hurricane coming towards us? I know they had a storm over on the Pacific side, and I hadn't heard anything. I am drinking a Nescafe coffee stick with Carnation creamer, the little creamers, a couple of creamers. I love Carnation coffee. If you're going to drink a coffee stick, that's the best stuff you can drink. Uncle Al, not yet. Last week's storm was very disintegrating. Uncle Al, thy bullfrog 79. Well, Uncle Al said free topic day. What I did is I pulled up one from a couple of months ago, have it all prepped up, and it's going to be about the Summer of Love 2.5, the Texas edition. You remember that one, Uncle Al? And my friend John Holmes. How you doing, John? And Julie Ann West, Simru. How are you doing? So the last time I checked, my channel is growing slightly. 1952. 1952. I'm on a quest to hit 2,000, and then there will be another subscriber giveaway in a box. Nice box. If you want to see what will be in that box, look at what I just gave Enrique in my 100 subscriber giveaway on my second channel, which my goal was to get it past 100, and that channel has 106 subscribers right now. So I'm happy with where it's at. I'm not going to turn down any new subscribers, but I'm happy that it's past 100, which is what my goal was. Mom of 4 boys and Melinda Elliott. Good evening, ladies. Yes, like, share, subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Reach out, touch someone. Your oldest came home from California. Let me say something about my friend Nig. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing. 633 subscribers, 149 videos. And I will be shouting out some of my friends in my next video, which I'm getting ready to release. Julie Ann West, CYMRU, $1.29K subs with 179 videos. At Summer Sun. Yoda, my friend Yoda. How's it going, Dave? Did you hit 1 million yet? I got your video ready today. Got your box all boxed up. It's all good. Pre-retirement days. How's it going? How are you doing with all the flooding? That's up north of me. John, um, that's up north of me. Something like 82 people have died from the flooding. It was massive. Are you doing okay, Betty? Everybody doing okay? I hope. 7 in the house, 10 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. So, Dave, tomorrow goes in the mail. This is your box. Uncle Al, yours is next. Working on it. Working on them. And I did a video, which I will be releasing. And I am drinking Nescafe coffee. I was checking the mail to see if they'd made my delivery yet, but they had not made a delivery for me today. It is about 7:12, 7:13 here today. Right now, no, 7:09. Started a couple minutes early. A lot of times they deliver my Amazon orders later in the evening, so it hasn't come in yet. But I was going to do another unenveloping or unboxing depending on what it comes in. I ordered a 6-pack of tabs for fuel tabs for my camp stove. 6-pack of them, 24 in each one, and waiting for those to come in. They're on sale right now, so I bought a 6-pack. 14,164 as of right now. Well, you're awesome. Buying space, Myra. Buying space is at 1.38K subscribers, 3.2K videos. Another good channel, person to be friends with. Truthfully, I am enjoying my summer vacation. I'm starting week 6. Today's week 6. Not really looking forward to going back to work, but yeah, I got to go back to work. I need to make as much money as I can for retirement. Saving it up. Well, another thing is I'm planning on buying a new truck this year. I bought a camper trailer, which still got to do some work on it, upgrade stuff, the solar. But I want to buy a new truck to haul it around and just have have a nice 4-door truck. Don't have it picked out or anything. Little Lone Prepper, how are you doing? One of the things I will tell you is I'm looking at right now, I'm looking back to see who I have been sending goodie boxes to. Autocorrect is shotting me in the foot lately. Yeah, I turned Siri off. Yesterday I got pissed off with Siri and I turned Siri off. I went in, looked at, and I shut I did not delete Siri. I shut everything down on Siri. Siri has been being a pain in the butt. It is truly a pain in the gluteus maximus. 9 in the house, 11 likes. And I'm truly enjoying my summer vacation. I did some yard work today. Before it rained, a couple hours before it rained, I went out there with some weed kill and I was spraying all around the concrete. Around the concrete drains and around, because I got ditches and such. Spraying around the telephone poles and, trying to just trying to deal with I don't know. I'm old school. We didn't have this when I was young. And I transitioned with I used to have a pager. You dial that number and the person gets a number to call. I had a pager for about 7 or 8 years. And then I had a pager and I had a cell phone. And back then, you didn't text on the cell phone. You didn't do visual. You didn't have internet or anything. It was just a cell phone. You paid for minutes on peak time. I have transitioned with, Excuse me just a second. I'm on a live stream and you are on audio. Is it an emergency? That was my wife. Nope, she hung up. You had a green pager. I had traditional black. I'm old school. I had traditional, like, black. I look better in black. I look thinner in black. I'm actually losing some weight. 10 watching and 13 likes. And I am, I reached out. My friend sent me a text and said, you ought to try these 5 channels. And I have reached out to 4 of them. I reached out to a couple of them a couple of days ago, and they reached back. And I reached out to 2 more today. Now, they hadn't reached back yet, but then again, it was like an hour ago, so give it some time. But, and I am past, I'm like at 152. I might look after this live stream's over, and you might think, hey, it's 153 or 154. You never know. But I'm slowly getting there. Blows my mind that kids today have no idea of life without smartphones. That is true. That is true. Truly. Okay. So let me talk a little bit about the topic for today. This is one that Uncle Al and I had talked about a couple of months ago when we were getting close to summer. And the topic being the Summer of Love 2.5, and this is the Texas edition. First thing I'll say about the Texas edition is the weather, those flash floods, over 80 people, 82 people, last count I had drowned. They're searching for bodies. They still have people missing. It'll probably be, God forbid, but it'll probably be more. And a lot of them were kids. A lot of them are families that were out camping and kids. Church camp kids. Joseph Moore, my friend. The Moores in the house. So in the process of talking about things that are going on and unfortunately bad things that are happening, are you really prepared? Are you prepared? The Scout motto, be prepared. Are you prepared for an emergency? Are you prepared for a storm? I hope you don't reside in a floodplain. The Guadalupe River was 20 feet above its banks. 20 feet. 20 feet. A lot of people died. Horrible. Horrible. So, not jumping around, waving a shotgun. That one's from Uncle Al. Me, are you prepared? And yes, I have my shotguns. I have a 20 gauge. I have a 12 gauge pump. Both of them are pumps. And they're short barreled, 18-inch barrel. And buckshot in both of them. For things that go bump in the night. Is your house fire ready? Do you have fire extinguishers? Do you have a fire extinguisher in your kitchen? Probably should have one in your garage. I have one in my camper. It wouldn't hurt to have one in your vehicle that you can get to in a hurry. Uncle Al says buckets of sand. No, I don't have buckets of sand. But he says buckets of sand. Do you have proper fire insurance? Well, it's included. Read the fine print. Make sure your insurance is what it needs to be. Get a bullpup scatter gun. I've thought about getting a Judge. One of those 5-shot 410 revolvers. I've thought about that. You can get special loads for it. I mean, I have semi-automatic pistols, but I'm partial to old school revolvers. I have speed loaders for if if you're being overrun by the zombies and you got to reload. I've got a couple of speed loaders, for my carry. Well, yeah, they do kick. They do kick, Enrique. They kick. Most houses are not hardened. There are weak points, like your doors. And even if you've got a nice metal door and it's reinforced, and you've got your deadbolt and and it's pretty solid, the windows, you got a window right next to it, they just break the window and go through the window. And they're not bulletproof. Yeah, if you've got a metal door, which my doors are metal doors, depending on what caliber it is, like pistol, smaller caliber pistols, I don't think it'd go through both sides, the metal. But if it's a larger caliber, probably. Preparing plywood boards for windows is a good idea. You ever have to board up for a hurricane, save your, number them so you know what they are and save them, because it's going to cost you. And that way you only have to pay for it once. $10 in the house, 15 likes. Well, again, I will tell you, what is the caliber. Are we talking birdshot? You know, what are we talking about? You know, a 22, a 25, a 32, small caliber. Hillbilly Josh Loftus, how you doing, sir? My friend who is in the oil industry. My father started out that way. He worked for his uncle, his mother's brother, who run a crew. He was a tool pusher, run an oil crew, drilling. My father was what they'd call a roughneck. He was on the crew. I'm doing pretty good, losing a little bit of weight. I'm not quite as fat as I was. Taking more medication. So, so if you got the windows boarded up, you got good locks on the doors, it will probably stop most looters, but it's not going to stop raiders. You know, it's not going to stop the ones that are just determined that they got all the time in the world and they're going to get in. And you're not better armed against raiders. The military, you know, you can tell this is Uncle Al saying this because it says, you're not better armed against raiders, the military, or Uncle Al. Well, I've also been sweating I've been sweating something awful. Been exercising, lots of yard work. I've been using. I don't like riding. I've got a riding mower. I don't like it. I got a Troy built riding mower. I don't like it. And I like my self propelled. Matter of fact, I got a brand new self propelled that I unboxed. I've never used it. I'm using the old one, and we just keep working on that one, keep it going. Just recently changed the oil and changed the filter on it. Runs just fine. And I like bagging or putting them in cans. It makes the yard look a lot nicer. First aid for combat. Not kits or tourniquets. It's advanced first aid course. It's an advanced first aid course available online. Martial law in Texas. Get a lawyer and a bondsman, bail bondsman. Don't argue or disobey. They are trigger happy, or you get arrested. Not local, state, or county, federal time. Know the difference between National Guard troops and federal troops. This saves you prison time. Yeah, and they have been deploying the Marines. They have been deploying the Marines to different places. Marines tend to be a little bit better trained. They tend to be a little bit better in shape than the National Guard because that's what they do. They're armed just as well or better. Oh, that was good coffee. And back in the day, they used to shoot looters. I can remember when I was a kid and there'd be a hurricane or whatever, power outages and stuff, you know, they'd have the guard out and they were armed. They weren't playing. Back in the day, they would shoot you. If you were, you know, they would not have played with Antifa or BLM or any of this crap going on. They would have just simply dealt with it. Know the difference between National Guard troops and federal troops. This can save you prison time because they ain't playing. And then Let's talk about things to do. Things to do. And we are 30 minutes into the live stream with 10 in the house and 16 likes. If you have not done so, please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. Duct tape and plastic drop cloths. Bye. Make sure you have some duct tape. Get a couple of rolls of duct tape. It's good to have. Very good. And plastic drop cloth. Wool blankets and blanket pins for a harsh winter. Take an advanced online first aid training course. I mean, I get my card, and it covers CPR, the Heimlich maneuver. It will talk about basic first aid, how to use one of those little IED shocker things to jumpstart your heart. Get a good mentor. You know, have a good mentor. Dried fruit, good for you. I go over and I buy fruit for the wife, and I eat some of it, you know, but I'll go cut up fruit. And yes, a little more expensive, but I mean, you know, like pineapple, watermelon. I buy little boxes of strawberries and blueberries and such. And if I do a salad, I'll put some of that in the salad, you know. 11 watching, 17 likes. Thank you, Uncle Al. AED, not IED. Well, you know, it can always blow up their chest. Sorry about that. You caught me. Enrique, you're sharp. You caught me. Yeah. IED traded. Yep. Okay. Uncle Al is very strong. He's got a strong opinion of this. He says, purging letter icons for YouTube channels. Too many AI bots. You need a photo. Like I've got a photo for on both of mine. Some of you have photos, some of you don't. Uncle Al's opinion is it'd be better for you to have a photo. And I mean, even those of you who are not what you call content creators, I would still have a photo of something. A photo. Doesn't necessarily have to be of you. It could be of your dog, or it could be of your cat, or, you know, image of the beach, or whatever. Your favorite fruit tree, or whatever. And then he keeps telling me, test my live stream early. And I don't have any problems with my live stream, but for whatever reason, when I start using my Mac, when I start using this, for whatever reason, at some point in the stream, it starts screwing up on me. I don't know why. I do not know why, but that happens. And so I've sort of gotten shy about using that for my live streams. And I mean, I'll use it to watch stuff. I will use it to check my analytics, check the weather, check the news, you know. But for whatever reason, and I enjoy using my iPad. I've got a 10th generation iPad, and I enjoy using the iPad. I've been thinking about upgrading and getting a slightly bigger one. This is an iPhone 12. I've been thinking about getting a newer one. You're in lurk mode, okay. Lurking. Heads up, my friend Yoda is posting, or he's basically uploading shorts. He does godly, he does a bunch of them. I'm behind leaving likes on his shorts right now. I gotta go just start watching shorts and leaving likes on them. I mean, yeah, I'll during off and on during the day I'll go and I'll get onto YouTube, and then it'll throw me in my recommendeds. It'll throw me like shorts from Uncle Al, from various people. Um, Myra, I've been getting posts on her, so I've been commenting on posts. She leaves posts with lots of information in it. I've been commenting on her post. Take care, Josh. Appreciate you coming by. But that's where I'm at, and my goal right now, like, what is my goal? So I already met my goal for my backup channel, which was to go over 100, get my 100 subscribers on it. And when I started working on it to get my 100 subscribers, I had 61 subs at the time. I let my main channel rest for the month of May, and I said I'd like to, in the month of May, I'd like to get 100, get to 100. And then it was probably midway through June when I actually went over 100. It was maybe the third week in June when I actually went over 100. I said, wonderful. And then I did my 100 subscriber giveaway, and I only had 6 channels that qualified for it. So let me tell you this. At some point in time in the near future, I will hit 2K. And when I do, there will be a 2K giveaway. There will be a pull the name out of the hat. There will be a giveaway. In order to qualify, and I keep saying this, and everybody in here right now should be listening to me. When I get to 2K, I'm going to look at the last 5 videos I will have released. I'll start with that last video I released, and I'll write down the name of all the channels that left me comments. And when I did the 100 subscriber giveaway, there were 20 channels that had left comments on my last video. And then I started backtracking. 4 more. And when all was said and done, there was a total of 6 channels that had left me a comment on each of the last 5. Now, some had left comments on 3, some had left comments on 4, a couple had only left comments on 1 or 2, but I only had 6. Now, looking at my videos right now, like the last video I just dropped has about 60 views. I dropped that yesterday. And there are like 6 or 7 people who have left comments. And I'm sure it'll go up. I'm sure it's going to go up. But, hey, you like gambling? You like the odds? Pretty good odds, because might be 20. What if you're 1 in 20, or you got 2 channels, and what if you're 2 in 20? Enrique was 2 of 6, and he won a nice box. And it'll be a nice box. So I would encourage you, unless you're somebody that, yeah, I've sent you stuff a couple of times. You've already won. You were already my winner at one point. Because a lot of you, that's the case. And you just want to let somebody else have the opportunity. I understand that. I understand. But I would encourage you, please, and to help me out, please leave a like and a supportive comment. You can always say, well, I don't want to be the winner. I don't want to be in the, you've already been generous to me or whatever, and I try to do nice things for my friends and thank people who support me. It's my way of giving back. So I would encourage you you should do a Y2 Y2K inspired 2K giveaway include floppy disk and Beanie Babies. Oh, yeah, number 500 coming up. I might do something for that one. But no, I'm like Santa. I check my list to see who's being nice to me. I check to see when was the last time I sent this person something, or have I ever sent this person something. Like there's some people who come in constantly. It's like it's been about a year since I sent them something. I mean, I sent out a bunch of. Been sending out boxes. And then I go for periods where I'll go for a month or 6 weeks and I don't send out a box. Work and procrastination to stuff going on, and then I might send out 2 or 3 boxes in a period of a couple of weeks. And I'm gonna try to get a few boxes out before I go back to work. Tomorrow I'll be mailing Dave's, and then Uncle Al's gonna be next. And I've already got Dave's video done. And I will tell you, Uncle Al, you and Dave are getting the exact same thing. These are follow-up boxes. I've sent each of you a couple of things already. A couple of times I've sent you stuff a couple of times already. And then I got a promise from Uncle Al that he'll do an MRE review. Dave, I'd like a promise from you when you get this. I'd like you to do an MRE review. I'd like you to take one of those meals, make yourself a cup of coffee, open up that thing, and do an MRE review. And that way I could say you're a ration channel. Yeah, Y2K. God almighty. Well, mind you, when Y2K happened, the internet was only 5 years old. And it wasn't the way it is now. A lot of people are still dealing with dial-up. It wasn't the way it is now. No, it wasn't. I am irrational, sir. MR review noted I am irrational. Yeah, I tell you what, that's the thing is like when I do them now with the latest case that that I've got open, I'm getting ready to do number 3. I got it back there. I got my tray all cleaned up. I'm ready to go. I've got the gloves ready because I tell you what, these newer rations with the FRHs, the flameless ration heaters, those are working. The ones that are like 5, 6, 7, or 8 years old, those flameless ration heaters. Like I sent Barbara a batch of ration heaters that I had not used. I don't know if she's used any of them, but I sent her some ration heaters. She wanted ration heaters. I sent her some ration heaters when I sent her a goodie box. So we are 44 minutes into the live stream, 17 likes, 9 in the house. And I will go over the notes one more time for those of you who recently came in. If you've already heard them, wouldn't hurt you to hear them again. So today's topic is Summer of Love 2.5, the Texas edition. Unfortunately, God bless them and their families. Last count was 82 people have died in the flooding. Guadalupe River was 20 feet above its banks. Got a lot of campers. Hit a summer camp. Had 22 missing kids. I think they found 10 bodies so far. They're searching. Are you prepared? Are you ready and are you prepared for emergencies? Hurricane season, June through November. Are you prepared? You have emergency supplies. Not jumping around waving a shotgun. Food forest permaculture. How are you doing, Howie? Thank you for coming by. And you know, most of you that are in here right now, you're getting shout outs in my video that I'm getting ready to release. And when I do release it, you need to go and look. There's about 40 channels that I'm shouting out. You need to go, and if you're not friends with all those channels, you need to become friends with them, uh, because they will befriend you if you befriend them. Oh, victim of the lag. I said you come back and I would give you a wrench. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. 20 subscribers, 2 videos. And you are now a standard moderator on my channel. Victim of the lag. Hey, I appreciate you coming by, Julie. So, victim of the lag, when I release my next video, which will be tomorrow or the next day, you need to go in, leave a like, support a comment, and you need to look at my description. I've got about 40 channels listed, and I'll add you to it. And there will be a lot of good people that you can befriend. You want to grow your channel? Julie, same for you. Appreciate you for coming by, and I appreciate you for staying up. Which channel got a 100? My second channel is basically Taco Talk. My backup channel, basically Taco Talk. My second channel. It has 106 subscribers on it right now. You should hopefully be subscribed to both. Please leave a like, victim of the lag. I appreciate you. Leave a like to support the channel. Good night, Julie. God bless you. God bless your mother. Julie is over in one of my ancestral homelands, Wales, Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. She lives fairly close over there. And very, very sweet lady. And she likes collecting glass, jewelry, little artwork and such, sewing. Myra, you and her would really get along really well. Myra Elaine. Buying space. Same thing with the Black Widow. And she's been sort of out of pocket. She's the Black Widow's web. She goes to auctions and she does things and she auctions off stuff. And she sent me, the box that she sent me was very similar to the box that Myra sent me. 8 in the house and 18 likes. So we are 50 minutes into my live stream. I was hoping to have another unboxing or unenveloping, as Mara Elaine likes to say, unenveloping. It's an envelope. It's an envelope, and you can unenvelope it. I'm having fun. Been drinking coffee. She has a Sunday auction. They were not welcoming me, but I will try again. Oh, I hope they do. I'm sorry. I try to treat people. I mean, if you're one of the people that constantly comes to me, I try to show my appreciation. Eventually, you'll get something from me in the mail, something nice, something preparedness related. Look at all my videos, my boxes and such that I give out. You know, it's my way of giving back. And I'll be very happy when I hit 2K. I won't worry about it. I mean, I figure I'll continue to grow a little bit, but I won't, and I'll probably continue to do every 100 subscribers and, giveaway. But my thing is I should have already been past 2K. I should have already been past 2K. Another thing you can do is go on to her. She does like community posts and such. Comment to and talk to her on her community post. I put my email address in all my videos. I don't put my email address in my shorts. I don't put my email address in my live streams. I don't put my email address in my community post. But in all my videos, I put my email address, and I basically encourage people, if you want to talk to me, you can email me. We can email each other, or you can send me your phone number and I will text you. And if you want to talk, we can talk, or we can text. I don't give out, you send me information, I won't give it out. And then if I ever ask you, what is your mailing address, you need to send it to me, because that means I'm probably going to send you a box. And like Enrique, I went through hell trying to get his mailing address. He finally emailed me his mailing address, and and I didn't know we were both from Texas, and we're both from Texas, and he lives fairly close to one of my kids down in the valley. And that's as close as I'll say, as far as where he's at. I've got a kid down where Freddie Fender came from, San Benito, and he's in that area down there. So as I said, and I will try to do another live stream tomorrow. I did a video today, and I mentioned, on my video. Well, no, actually, in a short, I mentioned, because I did a few shorts. I mentioned that I would be doing a live stream at 7 p.m. I do a lot of shorts that are basically related to what am I cooking, what did I fix, or what am I cooking. Like when I get through, I'm probably going to go get some burritos and open some chili, and I'll air fry some burritos and, put chili on them, and good stuff. Mexico is rioting. Well, they've got a lot of problems with the cartels. The cartels run large portions of Mexico. They're better armed than the military down there. And they assassinate a lot of politicians. They don't care if it's a woman. They don't care if it's her kid. They kill people. A lot of that going on. A lot of that going on. I will try to do a Coffee Talk news. Been a while. I'd like to do an update on the border wall. I'd like to do Coffee Talk news, and I try to keep those under 5 minutes. I'd like to do a Coffee Talk news on the decisions, the rulings that came out of the Supreme Court. They did some good stuff. They had some good rulings. And looks like we're going to have a communist mayor of New York City coming up. The Democrats don't know what to do about that. You know, the ones that aren't completely out of their mind, the ones that are like not all there, but they're not completely insane, they don't know what to do about it. Oh, they're rioting about illegal immigration? Yeah. Is it dangerous? I wouldn't want to be along the border. I would not want to be across the border. I used to love to go to Progresso down the valley. Used to love to go to Progresso. I'd go down there and I'd go to Arturo's or La Fogata's. Um, Back in the day, the wife took her down there for her, teeth. Um, go shopping in the Creole shops. Buy. They'd have those little tortilla factories, tortilla making tortillas. I'd buy kilos of tortillas. I mean, I'd usually bring home like 8 or 10 kilos of tortillas. If you were to go across back then, I would basically pay to have somebody. I'd park and pay to have where they watch your vehicles, where, nobody will mess with your vehicle. A lot of times we just walk across. I used to, when my mother was alive, may she rest in peace, I would go down there to get her medication. Sometimes I'd go and I'd get medication because it was cheaper, getting her medication back then. Because, yeah, Medicare was good at that time, but medication sucked. They didn't cover well the medication. She took a lot of medication. Well, I guess I could do a post of it. I used to dress at Christmas time when I was a principal. I would dress as Santa, go over to the elementary school, and we'd sit down. And kids would take pictures. You know, Another principal would dress up as my elf because he wasn't a very big guy, so he'd be the elf and I'd be Santa. We'd be there, sitting by the tree and have kids, everything. Yeah, I got pictures and stuff like that. I could probably post that. I'll try to remember to do that. It, you know, um, you work in education for over 30 years and you get into administration, you do a lot of different stuff. And I've had a lot of different positions because I started out as a teacher, a high school teacher. I taught special ed. It was a fairly small school. And I was certified in journalism in addition. So I did the yearbook. I had one class of journalism, and I did the yearbook and did the school newspaper once a month. The rest of the day, I was like special ed, like one. And I did that. And then I got into administration, and I was part time when I was trying to get I got a temporary certificate, to be an administrator, and I was taking classes in my second master's degree. And I was like the night school principal. We had night school because of credit recovery. I was the night school principal. I was the summer school principal for 5 years in a row. I had transitioned into full-time assistant principal, high school. Then I went to, with my boss, we both moved to the brand new elementary school, principal, assistant principal. He got sick and went out, and then I became the principal. And then after a year, they arbitrarily made me special ed director because I was certified special ed, and I'd applied for the position 4 years in a row, never got it. The fifth year, right after they had a horrible visit from the state and really got written up, oh, we're going to make you special ed director. I didn't want it then because I enjoyed being the principal of a brand new school. Brand new school, only been in a couple of years, and I did not want it, didn't ask for it, and didn't want it, and I stayed for 3 years, and then I moved here a little over 20 years ago, moved here to Victoria from Corpus. Take care, Uncle Al. Appreciate you. I can tell you stories, So I've done all sorts of stuff. All right. So anyway, I will plan on being back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Possibly will release a new video tomorrow. Remember, if you want to be in a drawing for the 2K, when I get to 2K, if you want to be in a drawing for a box, you need to leave me a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released. I'll be drawing names out of a hat. I'll show the whole process. Idaho Garden Girl, how are you doing, Stephanie? Thank you for coming. There are some really bad places. A lot of the big cities, like up in Houston, you don't want to be near the ward. You don't want to be near the wards. Up in Houston, that would not be good. Truly would not. So anyway, 8 in the house, 19 likes. Appreciate everybody. Got another video ready to put up. If you want to show your appreciation to me for those of you I've sent boxes to, or I might be in the process of sending another box to, and I appreciate you guys, please leave a like and a supportive. Whenever you come into my channel, leave a like and a supportive comment. That way I know you were there. I appreciate it. I can try to come back and visit you and do the same thing for you. And if you've got a second channel, sub me on your second channel. I appreciate that, and I will return the favor. And hopefully, if you got a second channel, and Myra, I went in. Your second channel, yeah, that was funny. You did a lot of Taco Bell stuff. I went in and I left you a bunch of comments and likes. Okay, doke. So anyway, appreciate you guys. I will plan on coming back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Remember, the Scout motto is be prepared. And everybody, please have a blessed day. And hopefully, we'll all have a good day tomorrow. It rained today. I'm still doing yard work. I'm still working. The backyard is probably need to do some video of it. It's like a jungle back there. Thank you. Bye-bye. I enjoyed it. This was a good live stream. I truly enjoyed it. Bye-bye.